everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Amazonian Nights podcast presented by 100B Plus right here at Mansa Media Studios. Real quick, I want to let everybody know I have some exciting news. I'm officially an Amazon Music partner. Yay! Hey. Which means if you go to getamazonmusic.com/whoisbianca, you'll be able to have 4 months free of unlimited music on demand, no skips, or you can skip. Unlimited skips. See, this is why I have my phone, y'all, because mom brain don't let me be great. So I'm going to just read off what I'm supposed to say. On-demand music, always ad-free, unlimited access to any song. You can listen offline with unlimited skips. Like if you're on an airplane, you can just listen to your songs and follow your favorite podcasts like Amazonian Nights. And you can cancel before, I shouldn't tell you that, but you can cancel before they start charging you. So get that 4 months in and enjoy listening to your Amazon stuff on Amazon Music. All right. So I have a really, really awesome guest today. She is not just a music person. She's also my friend, and we have worked on music together. And that's how I know how amazingly talented she is, not just as a singer, but with the pen. So we're going to be able to get into some industries talk about writing songs and more behind the scenes stuff. Because a lot of times singers and artists always have stuff to say about being in front of the camera. But now we get to step. I am stuttering like a mother. What is going on? We get to take a step behind the camera and have some fun with the beautiful Steph Chambers. Hello, lady.
Thank you. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. We hot. We all right. We are all right.
It's a heat wave. They knew you was coming. The weather said it's going to be hot outside like she's hot.
Don't gas me.
Ain't no gas. This is an electric car. So listen.
Yes.
Listen. I want you to tell me, how did you even start in this industry?
Oh, fun.
Yes.
So, you know those fun old stories that parents tell you when you were like 3 years old? Mm-hmm. And I would sing this song called Superwoman.
Okay.
By Karen White. I'm pretty sure it's Karen White. And they recorded me singing that, and they realized I was like 3. I'm like, oh, she has a little voice. Yep. Mm-hmm. I didn't ever sing in church or anything, which I'm a little disappointed, Mom and Dad. I feel as though if y'all would have put me in the choir,
you could have got something from it.
Yeah, right. But
everybody got their own journey.
Yes. Right. But I wrote my first song when I was 11.
Okay.
I actually remixed an old song called For the Longest Time.
Okay.
And I literally remember.
And you did this at 11.
I did this at 11.
You said, I'm going to remix this old song.
I did.
Okay, put my thing down, flip it, and reverse
R&B and a little more swag and flavor to it. And that's probably why I like flipping records. I tend to do that. But yeah, so first song at 11, I recorded for the first time at 14.
Now, did you write this song with someone else, or this was for you?
I just wrote.
You just wrote it?
I just wrote. I used to write poetry. Mm-hmm. So it started off as poetry, and then it turned, and I one day turned a poem into a song. I put a melody to it.
See, so many people start with poetry, and then it just flows right into music. It goes hand in hand. So at what point did you say, I think I want to write music for other people? Like, how did you get there?
So I never really liked being in the forefront. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to perform,
which is crazy to me. That's wild because you're so talented.
People get so frustrated with me for that. Forgive me, Mom and Dad. They should have put me on the choir. I would be better.
That was the missing piece.
That's it.
If I had been singing in church,
yeah. So, but for me, it was just like I listened to all the good songs. Like I used to fall asleep to music. So I literally used to let. Brandy, Never Say Never play over and over again. I used to,
Brandy.
Drew Hill and Jagged Edge and Usher and like literally just let songs play and I listened and I was like, oh, I want to hear my words. Yeah. One day I want to hear them all over the place.
But not coming out of.
But not through me. No, not necessarily.
That's interesting because, so like when I started writing songs, my dad was like, there's good money in songwriting. Like you pass out songs. You can keep what you want and get money in multiple avenues.
Right.
And I was like, no, mine.
Right.
That's
Right.
my songs.
Right.
Like I did not.
I love it.
Listen, it took me a minute before I even thought about. I think I've only written maybe 2 songs for other people. Because, and that was just because I just
kept them for yourself.
I was like, I don't really like these that much, so there you go.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet.
It's the total opposite of you. Like, isn't that crazy?
That's hilarious.
And then when I first met you in the studio, we met because I was working on a song with Dilemma, and he was like, I got somebody that I want to bring in, like, she can, like, really help bring out what it is you're trying to say. And then it was you. It was Steph. So after that session, me and my brother Kyle are driving home. I was like, she is beautiful. Aww, she is talented. You. She, like, why is she not
singing
the artist? Like,
I know. Everybody gets so, that's literally been my whole life. People have been telling
When I went back to Dilemma, I asked him, I was like, what?
And what'd he say? He probably
said that
she's ridiculous.
No, he said that the industry was not very kind to you.
No, and that is the truth. That's the truth.
So I want to know about that a little bit more, because I wasn't going to ask him your business, but I'm going to ask you. Like,
I mean, honestly, there were things that could have happened a long time ago for me, and I was so shy.
Yeah.
Like, super shy. And this goes back.
I relate to that because I'm also very shy.
Like, I love him. He's he's amazing. My father, he is. I love him tremendously. Dad, I love you so much. Don't be upset. But there were some things I held on to that he said to me when I was very young and singing. And that, like, he was just, my dad plays guitar. Yeah. He could sing. He used to be outside with the, the doo-wop, like, getting it. And so he really knows music. So he was hard on me. Yeah. And if a note went off or something, like, he was, don't do that.
Relatable content.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that really kind of made me very
It can make you shrink a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever it came time for people to be like, okay, you want to get on stage, there's you could perform here, you could do this, you could do that, I'd be like, I don't want to. I used to. When I was younger, I used to try. I went to Young Performers Theater Camp. I did, like, acting and singing. And there were times where I faced it. I was like, I'm going to just get on here. I'm going to do it.
Face it. Plug.
So there were times when I did do it, but it never felt very comfortable. So I say that to say, when people are able to portray what I hear in my head, like, beautifully with their voice, it takes me somewhere that I'm just like, I'm fine. Yeah, this is amazing. This is what I want to do.
And see, you said something that when you were younger, she loves you, Dad,
so much,
right? But there were things that were said that made you shrink a little bit. I also experienced that, and for me, I actually would, like, run off stages. Like, my stage fright was so bad. Like, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then, like, I just couldn't. Yeah. I could not face that fear. And I was like, well, now, how am I going to be a singer? This is what I want to do. I keep telling everybody I want to be a singer, and I won't get on stage. Wow. And for me, it was like, my dad would be like, if you're a real singer, you just get out there and you just do it. And I suffer from anxiety. So what helps me is knowing what I'm doing, knowing what am I going to say when it's time to speak to the audience, and knowing exactly how my set is going to go. What is the band going to be playing? Like, I need to prepare, I need to rehearse, and then I feel confident enough to do it. Right. But he was missing that part. Like, he's so used to, like, working with Patti LaBelle and Gene Carn and people who are seasoned and can just get out there and do whatever. But I was like 12, 13, 14 years old, trying to figure out my voice and my sound. And so I think that for anyone who's watching this and is feeling like, they're not going to be able to get on stage,
this is a message. Here's a message. No, seriously.
You can overcome it. You just need to figure out, like, what works for you. Right. For Steph, it was, I want to hear what I have to say through other people first. And then now you're comfortable enough to do it yourself. Yeah. For me, it was figuring out I need to rehearse like a maniacal, crazy person to feel confident enough. But everyone has their thing. You just have to figure out what it is. If this is really what you want, that works for you.
Right, exactly. And I think for me, I really love being in the studio. I'm such a studio.
You do love being in the studio. Listen, just looking at your story, I'm like, she's in the studio.
I'm in the
again.
studio.
Yes,
I love being in the studio. That is where I can zone out. That is, I'm not worried. You know, that's my safe haven.
A studio is a safe place to make mistakes.
It is, because it's like
you can say,
I'm
gonna do that.
Let me get that one more time.
Right. On stage, what happens. And that's
probably what it is.
If you hit a sour note and someone's recording and that's what they put out there,
everywhere.
Listen.
Oh, you're making me feel much more confident about going ahead and getting on stage right now. I want you to know that.
Here's the thing. When you're on stage and it happens, you just got to let it go. That's what I had to learn. You really have to learn how to just be present in that moment, whatever happens. It's like, okay, yeah, that wasn't really it, but I'm gonna do better next.
Right? No, exactly. No, I'm getting there. And I'm working with some amazing people. I have an amazing vocal coach, Mr. Holly. I love him tremendously, and just a lot of good friends that are singers and songwriters too around me that are like, Steph, come on over.
Okay, so you got people around you.
Yes, and they.
So how do you find these good people to have around you?
You know, studios. And being introduced to new producers and new artists.
But if someone wants to, like, they're looking at you right now, they're like, well, she has good people, and that's why she's doing good and why I can't. What would you tell them?
Oh, but that's years of, like, work. You know, like, that's years of
work.
Sharpening my tool and practicing. I lived in LA for a couple years. I met people out there. You know, you really do have to get uncomfortable. Somebody said that to me before. Like, you have to get uncomfortable in order to get comfortable.
Get on stage. Yeah, get uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're right. You know, you're right.
No, really.
No, it's true.
There's so much greatness outside of your comfort zone. And for me, that was like getting on stage. And
listen, there would be people in the studio and I'd get so shy still.
That's me
and so nervous. And I have learned to just be like, well, listen, one thing I do know is that I can write, and I truly let go when it's time to let people hear.
See, this is how I knew you were special, because really I only record with my brother Kyle. So stepping out and recording with Dilemma, I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm going to jump and record somebody else. And then he was like, I'm bringing in somebody. And I was like, oh,
it made you nervous. Yeah.
Like, no. But then I felt fine. Yeah. It was fine that you were there and you were a part of it. So, like, even that.
But you know why? We talked.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. I learned a very valuable lesson working with an artist, a very known artist, some years ago. And I started working on a song for this artist. And it was nothing at all that artist would say. And they were very clear about that. But I messed up because I didn't talk. I just went in with the mindset of like, okay, let me see if I can come up with some dope melodies. Let me see if I can, what would I say? Like, how could I? Instead of being like, what you going through? What's up with you?
Having a conversation.
What's your life? Like, how you feeling? Where are you? That's so big, especially if you're trying to, tell somebody else's story.
Yeah. So for songwriters, right, how would you even get into a room with a well-known artist and be able to have that opportunity to work with somebody like that? Like, how do you do that?
Honestly, I think that the biggest thing now that we didn't have as much back then is social media. So use social media. Don't let social media use you. Exactly. And then learning how to record yourself.
Ooh, that's important. That is important.
I've had people yell at me. I've just learned.
Yeah.
And I'm still been doing it for a long time. And producers be like, I'm so sick of her. I'm like, but just let me get this idea down. Can I just come in real quick? Like, Stephanie, if you don't just get you a little setup at the crib and go ahead and I finally did it. And it's so freeing.
So what did you need to do that? Like if someone wanted to get the starting stuff to record at home so they can start making songs.
YouTube has everything. And I just say that because it's
YouTube
the truth.
University.
And it really is. But, you get yourself a nice little mic. You can look up what mics people use and see, what might be best for you. You can, look up interfaces, find out what you can afford. You don't have to have the craziest, most expensive interface. You can get something that's cheap and that'll get the job done.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes it's just about getting your ideas down onto something. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like you can get a USB mic. You can get really simple things, and I'm
build as you grow.
Exactly, and you will. And people who believe in you and see what you're doing, a lot of times they'll want to help. Oh, you need a better mic? I got one.
Right
Here, you can use this. I see how hard you're working. I see that you really want. Here, I got an extra interface. Here you go. You can use.
And that's the power of networking also, and networking with the right people.
Yep.
Because you can end up networking with the wrong people, and that can take you down a very painful road.
Whew. Yes.
I've heard so many stories from women that they were listening to what the guys were telling them, and promising all the dreams. I'm gonna put you in this room. I'm gonna make sure you get this. I'm gonna invest in you this much, and then it just turns out the whole time they're trying to just date them, or let me get what I can from you, and then just disappear. Or look, I'm gonna take this song and bring it to a person. They say that they wrote that song and leave their name off. Like, how do you think a young woman coming into this industry what are some red flags they could look for to make sure that they're protected and they're getting around good people?
Somebody that's telling you that they're going to do all this stuff for you that you just met, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, they want something.
Right.
Now, it's different if you meet somebody who genuinely knows you and has seen you maybe over some time and seen what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because even to this day, I can't say that I've had a person tell me everything that they could do for me.
Yeah.
I have amazing people that I work with who have been phenomenal. If I need tracks, if I need to record, if I need, so I don't want to say that I don't have people that I can call on and they'll be there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because things are expensive.
Yeah.
Like people, you got to pay for tracks and you got to pay for studio time and you got to pay, but I have people who have definitely worked with me and made it easier, being as though they were like, yo, this girl, she's good, and we support her and we want to see her win. So I would just, another thing, I want more of us to come together.
Yeah,
women.
That's why I'm doing this.
And I love, that's what I love. That's why I was like, oh, absolutely, I'll be on. Because we need more women, then we don't have to deal with some of the
shenanigans, right?
Like, I've literally been in some awesome studios when I was young, like 18, 19.
Oh, you were young.
Yes. And I mean, with some dope people, especially during that neo soul era where Music Soul Child, Vivian Green, like all that. I've been in those studios and I've been around working and showing like I am here to work. I want to write. Yeah. And I had a man working ask me out. And I was like, oh, no, thank you. Right. Like, I just want to work.
Yeah. And I'm being professional.
I could not get back in that studio.
And see, that's the kind of stuff that happens. Now, if a woman was in charge of that studio, you might not face that.
Might not. True. That's true. Because, you never know. And today, you never know. Right. But even, but still, it definitely, it would probably be different. Yeah. Because we know a lot of us especially have been through it. So I wouldn't do that to somebody that I know often, especially being as though I've experienced it. I'm not going to put somebody else through that.
I would pass people off to my brother so fast. Like, they'll be like, hey, I want to work with you. It's like, okay, send the email to my brother. And then they just wouldn't say nothing. Right. So it's like.
But that's smart.
But everybody doesn't have a brother.
Everybody doesn't have a brother.
But if you have somebody
I'm finna find a brother.
Or,
well, I have a brother.
Listen, but or you could make a business email and say, I'm going to direct you to my representative or my whatever you want.
That's huge. Yeah, that's a good point and definitely something young women should do.
Because adding that extra layer, it's like, oh, she's got people with her, so I can't be pulling this. Right. Yeah. So if they're really serious, then they'll send that email. If they don't, then don't worry about it. Like, they were not.
Oh, have you ever gotten the let's go out for drinks and we can talk more about.
And I'm like,
we got a drink.
I don't need to. Drink. Right. I don't need to do that. That's not. I'm busy. So
yes. So yeah. I know you know.
And men, if you're watching this, let's just do better. If we're coming professional, meet us that halfway and be professional as well. Please. You know, it don't always got to be the extra winks and is there chemistry?
Right. And don't get me wrong, I get that things happen.
Yeah.
And I get that people fall and that, but that takes time.
Yeah.
That takes time and work
and
a place of like feeling like I can literally come here and work. Before it even gets to that. So I'm not neglecting or saying like you can't establish a nice relationship with somebody.
But it would happen organically.
But it has to happen organically. It can't be forced. You can't be,
Or talking about something like, well, you're missing out. Missing out on
what?
Some foolishness. You wasting my time right now. I ain't got time for that.
Exactly.
So you mentioned that you have people that you could reach out to if you needed a track or something. Because I am the type of writer that I need a track first. I don't just like write to nothing. Like I need to hear something and it pulls lyrics out of me. Right. So for other writers who are like that, where could they even go to find tracks? Like if they don't have someone they can call.
YouTube again. You literally can like lease tracks and find producers on YouTube, and it's not very costly. YouTube has everything. You can, I know people don't like to, but you can go on YouTube, find a track that you like, and then if you have somebody that makes tracks, you can get them to remake it. Like,
I mean, you saying that, but that's the nature of the industry.
It is that's what it is.
Like, people even do that with songs. They're like, oh, I like this melody. Right. I'm gonna flip it just a little bit. Then
so there are YouTube literally has everything. But go to open mics. It's COVID still. We still working our way through this, but things are opening up.
As things open,
people are constantly looking for talent, and like those kind of people come out to open mics and live shows and stuff like that. Take your little cards and take your stuff and talk, mix, mingle. I'm a people person, so I talk to people all the time. I love talking to people. So I will just be chill.
Yeah. Just be a normal person. People. Like, I would say don't come off like you just want a beat. Like, hey, honestly, so what beat do you have for me?
Somebody just gave me some advice, which I don't know if I myself have actually consciously done. I think I just naturally do it. But let people know what you can offer them. That was the advice I was given. Let people know what you can offer them. Because a lot of times things do work out with like one hand washing the other. So instead of it being like, oh, give me, I want this. Like, what can you do? I have this and I have this. I would love to.
But that also requires self-awareness for someone to figure out what do you have to offer.
Well, point one, there we go. Figure out what you have to offer and then get ready to offer it. There it is.
I think so often people don't even realize what they really have to offer. Like it's more than just, I'm a songwriter and I can write a song. You might know somebody who can help them, and maybe that's a piece that they're missing, and that's something that you can offer.
Exactly.
Like, you have to look at everything that you are worth.
That's
like
you're
true. More than just a songwriter. Absolutely. You're more than just a singer. Like even now I am finding out new things and ways to monetize and what my value is. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Influencing. I was like, I don't really want to be an influencer because, I'm a singer. I'm a serious artist and I don't want to be a part of this social media trend. But if I can influence people who are doing the same thing as me and I can help them, find mics that they should be using or what kind of studio software they can be using, then now it's marrying together. So now my value is increasing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I never even thought of it that way until I went on YouTube.
Right.
Shout out to YouTube.
Please don't make us pay for YouTube soon.
And and I was figuring out other ways that I can bring more value to myself.
Right.
Because I got another mouth to feed now. And I'm like,
For sure.
Gotta get these coins, girl.
Girl, listen. That's another thing. Knowing your worth is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something I definitely battled for some time.
Yeah.
Because you want to be kind and you want to be, just there are things that I know for myself, like my temperament. I've always been a very loving, caring, giving person.
Yeah.
And I realized like I wasn't getting it back in return in a lot of different areas. And
speak to
very
me.
like
Speak to me.
timid and it's like people kind of taking advantage of me a lot, and I don't like it.
Yep.
So to realize that, and then to get, as you get older and once you do realize that, you're like, okay, so I do need to do this differently.
Yeah.
Oh no, yes, I can write you a song, but I'm sorry, this is what I charge.
Right.
Like, okay, I can do this. Like, I know who you are, and
Yeah.
I know that's even more reason for me to charge.
Would you like exposure?
You know what I mean? All right. I want
Sure. Some drinks and exposure would be
Right.
great.
I don't want your drinks. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you do. You have to really put certain things into perspective and take it seriously.
Yeah.
For a long time, I think I played with it.
Yeah.
Like I played with the idea of my success as a songwriter.
Right.
I was like, oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like, no, like believe it. Like I'm a
I
songwriter.
don't know why women tend to do this more. Like
Not men. I know men just know.
They will charge an arm and a leg, and they're not even doing a good job
At all.
Like,
You be like, well, what?
It's like, wait, I paid
That wasn't
$1,000 for this, and we're out here giving like, okay, I can do this and I can do this, and I'll check all the details and check everything off, and then
did
it's like
a spin on my head as
right.
I wrote the song, all kinds of things,
and we don't ask for nothing. Like
Nothing.
lately, that's another thing. My brother's like, why you're not charging enough for things, and I'm like, I'm not. And why is it uncomfortable? Almost, I feel like I have to give myself a pep talk before I'm like, well, here's my rate card.
Right.
And that's
Right.
what it is.
Right.
Here's where we can start. Now, depending on, what you really need from me to deliver,
Right.
we can negotiate our budget. But this is where we're starting.
Absolutely.
And that just felt mean. Like, I felt like I was being mean. And why?
Oh my gosh, that makes me think of I saw Beyonce. I love Beyonce
I
so
know.
much.
Who don't?
Right.
I mean,
Crazy
haters,
people.
right?
But I saw her say something, I don't want to quote it wrong, but she was like, I don't have to be nice. I don't have to be nice.
Right.
I can be fair.
Yep, that is what she said.
But
She
I don't
doesn't
have to be nice.
Yep.
And that stuck with me. And I was like, you're being
I'm still
really
working on
nice.
it, though.
Yeah, and no, but even still, like once you start really, because I really do this by myself.
Yeah.
But I don't. Like I have people,
Right.
But in terms of like my ideas, and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to put a project out now.
Right.
I want to do this now. I want to do
Yep.
that. It's me. I want to shoot this video. I want it to look like this. I want my hair like this.
Yep.
I want to take these kinds of pictures. I want like it's me.
Yeah, you're your machine.
Absolutely. So in doing that and like knowing what you want and dishing out money for it, because that's the one thing about independent, you got to pay for all of that yourself. So when you're doing it all yourself and you realize like you're paying people and doing these things and you can't always be nice because I want it to be a certain way.
A certain way, yeah.
And I expect that. I'm working hard. I'm paying you. So, and if I was a man, it might be different
Because
how you.
if someone, okay, so you shoot your cover picture for your EP, the photographer sends it back to you, it's not how you want it, right? So then you're like, okay, can you make this adjustment? I would really like, whatever you're going to say. Now you are an angry black woman.
Oh, yes.
Because.
Emotional.
Right. Because, well, I did a good job. I got it to you in a reasonable amount of time. I think it's fine.
Girl. And it's sad because it's like, wait, I just want my vision to be fulfilled.
It's exhausting.
It really is.
It's exhausting trying to be, not the stereotype, but trying to make sure your business is right and trying not to hurt feelings, but trying to get what you deserve. It's like
it is. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy how much we juggle, but it's possible.
But how?
And
do
it
we
also
change
lets
it,
you
though?
know. But you do sometimes have to change the people.
I think I hear a jungle gem dropping. Sometimes you got to change the people. Let's talk about that. How would we just change the people?
It's the truth. Like sometimes
if you're fired.
No, you just getting fired. If somebody is not helping your vision come to life, you may have to spend a little more money. Mm-hmm. And you may have to go to different people to make that vision come to life.
Mm-hmm. And if you believe in yourself, you're willing to put in that investment. Right.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So that's key, because you can't always, work with, the people who might be trying to do you favors, or might be trying to, luckily for you, like, you have a dope brother who is able to. That's beauty. You are blessed.
Lord, I am.
Because everybody doesn't have that.
I'm too shy. If I didn't have him, I don't know what I would do.
That's crazy, because I can't tell you're shy at all.
I know how to turn it on.
Get on stage,
right?
And
I know how to turn it on,
right? You dance. Remember we took a dance class?
Yep.
Girl,
but networking. I think I was sore after that's my weakest. That is my weakest area. But I love talking to people. I do. I'm terrible at it.
I love talking to people, and I think it's because I don't talk to people. And I do still think I could use somebody else in my life that knows how to talk to people specifically about what it is that I want in order of, like, in terms of help.
Yeah.
I'm more so talk to people just to get to know them.
Yeah.
And, like, create friendships or just really good associates. Right. You know what I mean? So that you never know, because you could do that and then something happen organically.
Yep.
Genuinely, this unfolds and they want to help you. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said you shouldn't always go into it like, oh, look, this is exactly what I need, and I'm doing this, and well, what can I do for you? Like, for me, for example, I work with kids too. Yeah. Like, that's my other thing. I have people that are in music that have kids. Yeah. Or that might be looking for childcare providers, or might be and I know how to help with that. I gotcha. Right. So there are a ton of things that people can do to make things a little bit not as rocky.
Yeah. So is there anything that you would want to tell an up-and-coming singer or songwriter who's a female in this crazy industry that you think could help her navigate this?
Keep going.
All you need is 2 words.
Because listen, there are going to be so many times when you want to stop, when you want to quit, when you don't feel good enough. Yep. When you're so frustrated and overwhelmed by simply sometimes the male dominance. Yeah. Trying to figure out where you fit in, trying to figure out whether or not you're actually good or if they want something from you. You're probably actually good. I'm going to tell you, you're actually good. You're good. So, that was something I battled a long time. Yep. Like, that confidence thing is huge, and people really can crush your dreams.
Imposter syndrome is real. Yeah. Do I deserve this? Am I really good enough? Can I do
but
this?
Especially when you walk up in the studio and you're thinking, they really rocking with you, and then they ask you out, and then you can't come back to that studio. So am I good? Yeah. So those that can pose questions like that at times. So I say keep going. I say be brave. I say surround yourself with good people who really believe in you, and that care enough to help your vision come to life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the advice I would give. Don't quit. I feel like it'd be like when you write that people be like, oh, I'm done.
And then they were just about to break through.
Exactly. Like, I ain't gonna say how many years, but some years. That's a nice many years I've been doing this, and I mean, I'm still working hard to get to where I want to get to, and I believe it and feel it and know it. So to me, it's like I wouldn't stop even if
I mean, I feel like really the only time that you fail is when you decide, okay, I'm just gonna stop. Yeah. You could break through at any time. There is no age. There is no time limit. Like, take care of yourself. Take care of your voice. And you really can. Like, Halle Berry just said she got abs at 53. So.
Look at that. Right? And think about this. I think about all the time. I'm like, I use the example of, I write a lot of songs in my car. Like, a lot. I write like most of my songs in my car. I'll be driving somewhere and I'm like, I'm gonna put this music on and see where it takes me. Right. So a lot of my songs I write in the car. And shout out to Bino. He has a song dropping on Friday that
Yeah.
I wrote. I'm really excited about that. So I'll check that out on Friday. But Monday morning, I wouldn't have thought in a million years.
Right. And that song does numbers.
People would have liked that song so much. I wrote it in the car, driving somewhere, and literally I didn't think.
Now, were you
after
thinking
listening
about
to
writing a
his
song for
project,
him?
I didn't. Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking about writing a song for him, but I didn't think that was gonna be the one that did
that
what
takes
it
off,
did.
right.
Yeah, because it wasn't. That wasn't. There's so many times because people tell
never
you
know.
these formulas.
Yeah.
Of like
There
you
is
have
no
to write
formula.
like this and make the but all this stuff
Right.
and it's just like no, like do what you feel and make it feel good.
Yeah.
And see where it takes
That's
you.
really what counts is that feeling.
Yeah.
All that formula stuff, it couldn't work.
It can,
but-
and I'm not saying it doesn't
but
have
the
its moments, but it's the
is
feeling.
really-
The feeling is what a
Yeah.
lot of creatives today are going off of because they've heard the old stuff that made them feel, that made them want to do music now.
Yep.
So
That's exactly it. So I have one more question for you.
okay.
Do you think it's important to live like in a hub area, like to move out of whatever small town you're in and get in a hub, or can you be successful wherever you are?
That's such a good question.
I know. When I thought of it, I said,
I was about to say you proud of that question, aren't you?
so I saved it for the last one.
This is what I'll say about that. I think that I moved to LA.
on,
I have
eye
to
roll.
do the eye roll because it's so because I get it. Like, but you have to have a plan. You can't just
Pick up and go.
go. No, like you have to know things.
Yeah.
Like where are you going? And who's there?
I'm going to LA.
And what's around there?
I'm going to New York.
And what are you gonna do?
Going to Atlanta.
How are you gonna do it?
I don't know.
Right. I mean, because some people are like they don't. But even people who
Yeah.
just go out and they decide to be homeless and they play on the corners or whatever they say, they have a plan.
Yeah, but that is
they
a plan.
came down and they said, "I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna play on this corner.
I'm going to be so good.
I'm gonna be so good.
I'm going to
like,
get this money. Someone's going to discover me.
Listen, they do that.
That's not
But
what I'm
their-
advising you to do.
But that's their plan.
Yeah.
It's just like, don't just think that you're just going to go and it's going to happen. That was the wrong mindset that I had. Because I went out there and I was like, oh, I don't got this together yet. But what I will say is I networked my tush off and I met a lot of people and I grew close to people and learned a lot. And I sat in those studios and I got uncomfortable and I made mistakes.
Right.
And when I came home, it allowed me to reset. And what I do think is that people can find success in their area or whatever. And then what they typically do after is leave. Go to where there are more
So
opportunities.
do you think that's a positive thing to get some success and then go?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think that you should always come back and give back
Right.
to your community. Absolutely. Like I can't stress that enough. That's
Right.
huge. But in terms like sometimes you really are, there really isn't the opportunity there like it would be somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that you can't do it again. It just means you might have to work a lot harder. And people don't want to work harder. They want to work smarter.
Yes.
So they're going to place
Which
themselves.
is why you need a plan.
Yeah,
because
please have a plan.
if you just go somewhere without a plan, you're going to be working really hard and might not get anywhere.
Right.
Like,
So even if your plan is I'm gonna buy this equipment.
Right.
And I'm gonna work and write in my house and I'm gonna like have some kind of idea of what it is that you're gonna do.
and maybe know somebody.
Yes, as well.
Where you're going. Don't
Yes.
just be
or
out
know
there.
somebody that knows somebody that can help you.
Something.
Right.
Don't
Don't
just
go
be
get
out there
drinks.
by
Don't go with
yourself.
that man
Right.
that said when he gonna talk business over drink. Don't go with him.
Yeah, no.
He lying.
Maybe even bring somebody with you
yes.
to like help you get set up.
Oh, if you have a
first.
team of people, if you got a few, like y'all work together, or a couple, it's like a duo.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say go.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. I wish I had that. Yeah. Go.
But make sure they trustworthy, not gonna abandon
Right.
you, all that good stuff.
Yes.
But this was very informative, even for myself. But you ain't done yet because now we have our song game.
Okay.
But I can't remember nothing, so I'm gonna be using my phone that you cannot use your phone to look anything up. We'll start easy and get a little more difficult as we go.
What I gotta know? The name of the song?
You're gonna finish the lyrics. I'm gonna start singing it, and then you're gonna finish it.
Okay.
It's Monday morning. You look
amazing.
Okay, see, I told you.
Just wanna.
We were gonna start easy. You better know that when you wrote it. Yeah. Monday Morning by Bino. He has a new song. Do you know what the name of the song is? Are we allowed to say it?
What, the new song that's coming out?
Yeah.
It's called JWND.
JWND.
Get ready. I want y'all hashtagging that everywhere, and you will get it on Friday when it drops. JWND.
June 11th is coming out. Hashtag JWN as in Nancy D. Don't mess it up.
And this one is not Monday morning, y'all. It's a little different, so get ready. But
I'm ready.
That's all I'm going to give.
I'm ready.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Here's the next one, because you got that one right.
Thank you.
You ain't never loved. You ain't never loved.
Nobody.
Yes! Your EP Face It.
Yes.
That is one of my favorites from you. It gets stuck in my head, and I be singing it all day long. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Literally one of my favorites.
Thank you so much.
All right, now this one is a little bit of a curveball.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
It was inspired by something that I saw from you recently, and I said, maybe she'll know this one.
Okay.
I've been staring at the edge of the
water.
Oh, listen.
First of all, I am a Disney
movie fan.
I
saw you flip Let It Go.
Know every kid.
I stand.
Yeah.
Because I was like, is she just covering Let It Go? And then when I put it on, I said, the girl is flipping Disney.
I love
Throw
it.
a chair. Throw it. Throw it.
Thank you.
Okay.
I love that.
We found love in a
hopeless place.
Okay, all right, we got one more. Because I read somewhere that you liked this songwriter, so we gonna see.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Unbreak my
heart. Say you love me again.
Yeah. Some Tony Braxton and Babyface.
I love Tony.
Yes. All right, so you got every single one correct.
Oh, what do I win? I win a prize?
You win my heart.
Okay, thank you, girl.
But I'm so glad that you said yes. I was so nervous when I slid in your DMs. I know. I don't know.
You did slide in my DMs.
I did. I was like,
you could have just texted me crazy.
I know. I was like, I hope she says yes.
This was great.
But no, I am so proud of you. Blame Me is out now.
Yes.
Go stream it, buy it, download it,
you.
all that good stuff. You can do it on Amazon Music
and
too.
my project will be here. It is done. I'm getting it mixed and mastered as we speak. And
when is it coming out?
Okay, I'll
Why
check
are you
back.
keeping
It's coming. It's coming. I got you.
Don't worry, I got Steph Chambers' new music coming, y'all. Make sure you go follow her. Tell them where they can follow you and keep up with you so that everybody can hear your music.
Instagram, Sound Like Steph. That is where you can find me. Yeah, I'm still learning how to work TikTok and all that stuff, so bear with me. But it sounds like Steph
dance,
on there
though.
too.
I mean, she should.
I'm getting it. I was gonna get on YouTube and look at some tutorials for TikTok. I don't need you to judge.
I know we YouTube crazy over here, but I feel like you
my little sister said she would help.
You pick up moves very quickly. I've seen it.
Thank you, girl.
I've seen it.
Thank you.
And you need to start putting some dance videos out there.
I got you. It's coming. It's coming. Yes. Oh, okay.
That's a little two-step. All right, so make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. I love you all so much. I love you, Steph.
I love you too. Thank you for having me.
Keep being amazing and inspiring all these wonderful people out here in this world.
Thank you so much.
And I'll catch y'all at the next Amazonian Nights. Bye.
Bye.